Hi, my name is Shelby, and this is my horse, MJS Ebony Silver Sensation. She's a 2018 registered Rocky Mountain mare that I purchased from the breeder in 2021 for a project horse. I like to start all of my horses with a solid foundation of groundwork and desensitizing. We have a lot of critters, so she's used to things with bumping into her legs, falling underneath her, and generally being in the way.
She has thousands upon thousands of trail miles from Wisconsin, South Dakota, and all over Minnesota. I have rode her a lot in the year and a half I've had her. She's a trail horse. You can trust her to go up, through, down, around, and everywhere through anything. As you can see here, we partake in a lot of shenanigans and craziness on our farm. This was the first time she pulled the blue wagon with the dog in it. Ebony has a nice extended walk and a very comfortable gait. You could gait her for hours and hours and never come unseated or be uncomfortable. You could even carry a cup of coffee on her and not have to worry about burning yourself. That's how smooth she is. She neckline's really pretty good for a 4-year-old and responds to leg pressure very well. She's had a very solid foundation of desensitizing. Because of this, almost nothing phases her. So not only was this her first time seeing the cart, it was also her first time seeing it move and be pulled by the donkey. And as you can see, she couldn't have cared less in any way. She looks at it and she moves on. She doesn't care about things that are on the trail, no matter what they are. So you don't have to worry about walking by machinery or something like that, or riding her on like a wagon trail ride thing and have her spook at something. The following clip is from when we went to South Dakota. As you can see, she's really well-footed and steady when you go down the slippery rocks. Here I'm just walking her out of a river, stream, runoff thing and riding her up a steep little hill that has a big log on it, just to show you that she will go over logs. And not only will she go over them, she will go over them in any kind of conditions, whether you're going uphill, downhill, or on flat ground, she will go over them. This is just another clip of her and the donkey cart, just to show that when things like donkey carts come up behind her, she doesn't spook or anything. Also, our donkey is not fully broke, so he does not really steer and continuously cuts her off. And as you can see, she was fine with it. We just went around him and gaited forward so that he would quit cutting her off. I would also like to note that our donkey cart does make a lot of noise as well. It clicks and clacks and clings and clangs, especially when he's moving at a brisk pace like a trot or a lope. So she's good about noisy things coming up behind her, even when she can't see them, and good about noisy things that might be scary to other horses just pulling up right next to her. We do not know these kids or whose they are, just we do know that they were down there and made a lot of noise and caused a lot of chaos and were very interested in these horses. So this shows that even when she comes down or through something and there's something there that wouldn't normally be there, like kids on the trail, she's good about it and doesn't really care. Ebony is very much so traffic broke. We ride on the road a lot because we don't have very many trails like at our house. So she's used to cars and trucks and motorcycles whizzing by her and just vehicles in general. I am working on getting my miniature donkey, Sir William, broke for my cousin to ride while we pony him so she can come with us on the trails. William is very stubborn, just like a donkey should be, and we literally had to drag him on the trails for multiple hours in order to get him to come with. I will say the name given to her breed definitely suits her. She is very good at taking you through very rocky, mountainous trails. And that is what it was like in South Dakota for 7 days. Rocky, steep, mountainy trails. I have taught Ebony to side pass over to you so you can get on her without having to move a mounting block or a log or a rock or whatever it is you're using to get on. You just have to give her the signal and she'll side pass over as close as you tell her to. And we'll stand still while you get ready and we'll wait for you to tell her to move forward before she moves. This is just some more video from when we were in South Dakota, and it just shows that you can literally ride her through anything and everything. You can ride her through mud, hills, rocks, even off the trail if you wanted to. Ebony is one of the most experienced 4-year-olds you will ever find. She has been in the cattle pasture before multiple times, and we have had to round up rank cows and foals and sort some to single out the sick ones, and so on and so forth. In her 3-year-old year, we went out to the pasture once just to ride around and kind of check on things, and by the end of the day, we ended up having to push all the cattle up to the top into their pens. And the pasture we ride them is very steep and has a lot of ravines and pretty much no trails that a horse can ride through with a rider on. So it's a lot of off-trail riding while moving very fast, and she will track a cow as good as any quarter horse. It's hard to tell from the angle of the video, but this was actually a little bit more of a steeper hill. It was very rocky and also very, very muddy. Ebony does side pass as well. She side passes pretty good. I have continued working with it on her, and she's getting better day by day by day by day. As you can see in this video, Ebony is perfectly comfortable at the front of a herd in a large group. The group we rode with in this video, a lot of them were also behind the person videoing, so there was probably a total of 8 to 10 of us, and Ebony did really good leading. This is just another clip of her working cattle. This pasture that the videos are from is in a different place than the one we were talking about earlier. It's at a friend's house. The other one just wasn't available for use anymore. This clip is when I videoed while I was riding her by myself to show that she will ride by herself, doesn't whinny or get upset, and is more than happy to move and go at whatever pace you like while being by herself. Here I'm just having her side pass over to the rock for me so I can get on, just to demonstrate that she will side pass over to anything you tell her to. So this video was taken in South Dakota, and the trail I'm riding her on isn't even an actual trail. It was just like a kind of mini canyon thing that I found while riding off trail, and I decided to ride her down it. It was very, very steep despite how it is portrayed in the video, and was very rocky and narrow. This is another clip of me ponying the donkey, and when I say drag, I mean we had to drag him. And I mean drag, like he balked at everything. He will not cross water and does not like the hills, just is a very stubborn donkey in general. But Ebony did really good. She handled it well, just pulled him along. In this clip here, you can see me leading Ebony around while my 2-year-old cousin rides her bareback with a bareback pad on. You can see me holding onto my cousin's leg while leading her. This is not because I felt Ebony was unsafe or was worried my cousin was going to fall off. It was because I was worried that my cousin was going to let go, like she does sometimes, despite the very clear instructions that we try to give her. But as you can see, she did fine, and Ebony was perfectly safe and took very good care of her. Ebony loads and unloads very, very easily. She's really good about it. I've gotten her taught so that you can walk her up to a trailer, throw the rope over her neck, and she'll walk right inside. No problem, no issue. I have also taught her to be able to get the mail. So if you're ever on a trail ride and are heading back home and happen to be walking by your mailbox, you can stop and grab your mail. Ebony will load into any kind of trailer you ask her to, whether it's a stock trailer like the one in the video, or a slant load, or a straight load. Whatever kind of trailer you've got, she will go into it and go into it happily. Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions or would like to come out and see her, please give me a call. I am more than happy to answer.